Hello and welcome to HRL Season 14, round number 8. Second race of the TRS stage back on Stonehenge Park. Going to take a look at this Heat 2 lineup. We've got Armada here in the front row, Hunter, Soul Reaper, and Opix. And then Pancake, Fireball, and Detail on the second row. Again, 4-lap heat. Let's see what happens. So wait for the gate to drop. There we go. And, I mean, you could kind of see in the end there, Fireball definitely dealing with some lag cheese. Very, very slow to the start off the gate. I think it gets better as the night gets on, but definitely a slow start. Pancake with a rough little spin there. This start is very tricky. It's very easy for stuff like that to happen, especially with that inside route. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody... There we go. What the hell just happened? If somebody gets slammed on that inside rock for the moto start. Multiple barrel rolls in the beginning of this one. So we get to our area of the track with all the separate line choice. Anybody going to try something different? The only driver really attempting anything, Pancake, will try to make the green line work. Ends up not working out. Gets passed by Hunter there, and as you can see, I'm sure this is probably the same thing with Luke in the other heat. The green line definitely does not have quite the same amount of speed as the blue line. Like I said, once we get to the moto, I'm sure most people will... I mean, it seems like most people already are, but I think most people will just fall into it, even if you're following somebody. Sometimes it can be useful. Sometimes it can be useful if the traffic is a little too congested, but even then, a lot of the time what ends up happening is you just end up losing your spot, so... It's kind of the way it goes. Oh, 3 wide through this part. There's no way this is going to work, and I think Opix there with issues. Too many. Oh, no, it wasn't. Too many drivers with this scheme in this heat. So it was Armada there getting a rough landing. As towards the front, we have Soul Reaper. Oh! And Detail looks like he makes a mistake in the blue line, but he makes a mistake right after, and Soul Reaper it kind of seemed like he messed up on the green a little bit too. Everybody on this lap having issues. Don't know if anybody has had a clean lap here. So going down halfway through the heat, it is going to be Soul Reaper leading him down so far, but Detail very close behind. And look at that. We had no, at least as far as I could tell, unless I missed something, no collisions in the first heat. Looks like they could come into play here. Look, oh no, the 3 wide again. They're all trying to fit in the same line. And yeah, that's not going to work. Somebody definitely had to go for the blue line there. It's going to be a rough recovery for Pancake there. Odd man out. Definitely needed. If you have a 3 wide, you're not gonna. There's a reason it's a split line. Somebody's got to go for the blue line, but nobody wanted to go for it. So, unfortunate situation there. So we get Soul Reaper still trying to make this green line work, but it only really works because Detail keeps messing up that transfer. I mean, Detail absolutely has had multiple chances to take this lead, but he just has not been able to put down a clean lap in this heat. Oh, more issues for everybody in this heat as I believe we go to the white flag here. As we take the white, still Soul Reaper in Detail, and as we saw in the last lap, the collision is kind of close with Fireball, and he does end up taking out Detail right there, and that's pretty much going to take him out of this heat. Don't think he's going to have a great chance of taking this one now. A lot would have to happen on this last lap. So now Soul Reaper is looking pretty good for this first heat. But again, the second heat. But it seems like everybody in this heat is having a lot of issues. So you never know. It's hard to tell if any driver has had like a single clean lap. Oh no! And Soul Reaper has been going for the green line this whole time. He elects to go for the blue, and he messes it up. And not only does he mess it up, he also rolls afterwards and hits the pole as well. 3 to 4 different issues on the last lap for Soul Reaper, and that's going to put him all the way back down to third. if he could have just, honestly, he had such a gap, he probably could have taken the green line in that situation. I think he would have been all right. But he decides to go for the blue line, ends up messing it up, opens the door for Armada, who's going to take the second heat out of nowhere. And Detail ended up being pretty close at the end, too, despite the collision. So that just shook things up a little bit. So in the first heat, we had Jared taking his first heat win of the season. I'm pretty sure this is also Armada's first heat win of the season, so really shaking things up here in the heat races at Stonehenge. So Armada first, Detail second, Soul Reaper third, Hunter fourth, Pancake fifth, sixth, Opix in sixth, and Fireball in seventh, who was the dedicated collision in that race, essentially. Let's go on to the moto.